Right now, we're asking thousands of Idaho high school students to take a journey to college. But figuring out what they want to do with their lives after high school isn't easy.
I think it's kind of a mentality and a culture of Idaho, unfortunately. Going on to a post-secondary education for a lot of families has not been a tradition.
I think sometimes people don't realize, living in a small town or something, they may not see quite all of the opportunities that are available to them.
They get scared of what am I going to do next with my life? I feel like they think that they have to have a plan once they go to college because it's a lot of money and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's frustrating a lot because you don't really know what, you want to sound good to people. You want to get the scholarship, so you don't know what they want.
If you apply and it costs money to apply, but if you're not accepted, then it's like a waste of money.
Choosing these big life decisions at our age when we when we still have to ask to go to the bathroom in our classes, and then you're expected to go out and choose what you want to do for the rest of your life. It's very stressful.
Join us for practical advice and answers to your specific questions about applying to and paying for college and other training programs. Join us for Journey to College.
Funding for this program has been made possible by the U.S. Department of Education through the College Access Challenge Grant, the Idaho Public Television Endowment, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and viewers like you. Thank you.
Sandpoint High School senior Brady Lux spends a couple evenings a week jamming with friends. Brady discovered the fiddle at the age of 6 when he tagged along with a friend to watch his music lessons.
It looked like it was so much fun. And so I talked my mom into letting me take some fiddle lessons from that same gal, and it just took off from there. I just loved it, and I've been doing it ever since.
After the jam session, at home in the family garage, another passion, another skill. When he was younger, he developed an interest in mechanical work. Brady asked his parents for his own tractor. This time, they said no, but he had another plan.
If short of getting a tractor or a whole pickup to work on, mowers were something, or like chainsaws and stuff like that, I could kind of pick them up without my parents having too much say in it.
Brady's small engine repair shop allows him to earn extra money and get his hands dirty. His proficiency in welding and his leadership abilities qualified him to be his school's student project manager for the construction of an aluminum boat.
The whole other level of complexity when you're working with aluminum, trying to get it clean, and the different alloys. Some of them are more difficult to deal with when you're welding. So that's been really a good learning experience.
Brady's interested in lots of things, but he's not entirely sure about his ultimate career.
I want to have a job where I can be outside, doing something in the woods with the land. That's kind of my direction. And now how exactly I'm going to do that, I haven't quite figured out. I think I'm interested in forestry or agriculture or geology.
Brady's already been accepted at the University of Idaho, the University of Montana, and Montana State, but his decision about where to go to college will be based on scholarship offers. Asked why more Idaho high school students don't go to college, Brady says many have access to jobs right out of high school and don't think long term.
I think sometimes people don't realize, living in a small town or something, they may not see quite all of the opportunities that are available to them. I feel like that college experience is going to be very valuable to me just as a person. I think it'll make me better prepared to handle whatever career I end up doing and just the complications that life will throw at you. I feel like having a college education will make me better equipped to deal with that.
Sandpoint High School post-secondary transition counselor Jerrilyn Meyer says helping students determine their long-term goals is a process that should begin early.
I think talking about it, that not necessarily saying you have to go to college, but we want you to figure out something that will give you some kind of skill to make a living wage. It's helping students realize what is a living wage and to help the students kind of find some type of career that will open the doors to making that living wage.
For other students, college is an opportunity to build on what they've already learned, to discover a career, or even to help grow the family business.
Oh, I just missed.
Dallin Brady is graduating from Kimberly High School, and like most seniors, he has a lot to worry about. Right now, it's his FFA project.
So what I do is I run a small herd of what's called weather dams is the term that we use, and what that is it's ewes that are bred, and we keep track of their genetics and their lineage, and we will sell the offspring and use them for show. And
Dallin is passionate about his work. He's successful at shows, and he's been able to earn some money, but it's not enough. He sees the importance of a college education.
For me, I've had success, like you said, but it's really just been in the show ring. And for me, that ends this year because I'm a senior. So my plans and what it really helps me do is I'm going to go major in animal science and be a geneticist, or you could major in animal reproduction. And the knowledge that I have now, I'm going to be able to use in my career, and something that I have a passion for and love doing, that I've been doing for about 5 years now, I'll be able to do till I retire.
Dallin looks forward to a degree that will move his farm forward, and he's happy to offer advice to others considering a college education.
To just find a passion that you have, no matter if it's not going to be one that's like a doctor or a pro athlete. Maybe it's just something small, fish and game warden, or a secretary, or being with somebody, dental hygienist. Just do something that you love, whether it's helping people or being a school teacher, and go get a degree for that, because in the long run, in the end, you'll be able to do the hobbies and go to a career and have a job every day that you love.
Members of the Sandpoint High School Dance Club, up before dawn for practice, and they have another session before they go home in the afternoon. 3 dancers are pursuing college with the same sense of dedication, but only one has a clear career goal: to be a language interpreter or cultural consultant.
And so it was easier for me to narrow down my college list by saying what schools have good language programs and how many languages does this school offer, or do they have good study abroad programs? And I think that was really helpful for me in choosing.
Dance team partner Maddie Sleister knows she likes science, but she'll go to college without a clearly defined career goal.
I'm planning on studying biomedical engineering because I couldn't decide between engineering and a medical program, so I found a major that combined the two. And I'm hoping that college will help me figure out what it is that I like for sure, and then I'll go from there with a career.
And Jordan Garrett, who knows she wants a good college education, but has no idea about her future career.
I really, I'm interested in English and sociology and biology and astronomy, so it's so wide that I just have no idea what I would want to do. But I can definitely take courses and classes in what I'm interested in, and from there find what I want to do. Hopefully, that's my hope.